Hey folks, Mike here with Be Venturous Records team. I'm sitting here with singer-songwriter Wayne Warner and Juanita Lee. Today we are going to talk about Wayne's relationship with Taylor Swift and how he first met Taylor. So Wayne, would you begin by telling us how you first met Taylor Swift?
Wow. That brings back some good memories. Taylor was a big fan of a song I had out called Turbo Twang. She was from around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and that song really blew up in that demographic. And she wanted to meet the guy who sang Turbo Twang. And so it was arranged through my team and hers when they moved to Nashville for us to go to their house for dinner. And Juanita, who's the head of promotions for the label, and I fell in love with Taylor and her whole family the minute we got there. But it was when Taylor got out her guitar and Taylor and I were sitting on the couch and throwing the guitar back and forth that Juanita and I both knew that she had that it factor. No one really knows what it is, but you know it when you see it. And she wore it like a sweater. And we were just enthralled with her. And anyway, we were able to connect her to some people, and I think Juanita and I are both really proud to say that we played a small role in getting Taylor Swift introduced to the world. And Taylor is so quick with a lyric. I remember we were sitting outside by the picnic table, and I made a comment about something, and she right away she said, "Oh, that's a great song." She sang this melody, and we ended up starting a song there that I eventually finished. But she's just so melodical and quick with the lyric. She's very, very talented. Really proud to know her and her mom and dad and her brother.
Not only that, but I also noticed, and as did Wayne, that even though she was such a great singer, she had the looks, she had everything going for her. And the big thing was that we both walked away there saying was how wise she was above her age.
Yeah, that's true.
She was very smart.
How old was she at the time? Do you know?
I want to say 15. Juanita just brought up something I'll never forget. I'll never forget the way she was with her little brother. Austin was, I think, like 3 or 4 years younger. I don't know. Somebody will check me on that, I'm sure. But she mother-henned that boy. Mm-hmm. She was just enthralled by her younger brother. And it was great to see that.
So how did she end up on your video, God Bless the Children?
Well, this was after we'd met her, and I was doing I'm a proud father of adopted kids, and something I always wanted to use the platform that Mother Country Music granted me, and to try to make a difference. I wanted to make it matter. And God Bless the Children was a song that I had written long before I had any success or planned on having any success. But Juanita mostly came up with the idea of pulling together a Nashville choir. I think one of the first times it was sort of a We Are the World approach that we took to it. And I'm so proud of country music. We put out the word, and all of our friends came. It was a 2-day shoot, stood there for 2 hours. And Taylor and her mom and dad came. In fact, while we were shooting that video, Taylor's dad, Scott, was playing us the first tracks that she had cut for Big Machine on her first album, out on the bus between takes. And it was a real special day to see just the collaboration. I think I'm so proud of the industry for doing that. People just showed up for a cause.
Why don't we talk a little bit about God Bless the Children, and you let us know exactly who used that video, who it was made for.
Man, I was so proud of that. I'd had a chance to have a few records that hit the charts. God Bless the Children was one that we knew wasn't for commercial didn't have any commercial value. We wanted to promote, the adoption option and foster care. And so we hooked up with the Dave Thomas Foundation from Wendy's, who adopted his only daughter, Wendy. And we gave them the project, and I'm really proud to say it became their most successful PSA. So it was a thrill, and still is a thrill, to get emails from around the world with people sending pictures of their new families that they, with their new adopted kids after hearing that song. And that's the power of music. Juanita always says, music can say things words alone will struggle to do. And that song proves it.
We also hooked up with the Heart Gallery at the time, and what an amazing foundation they have. They take all these children that are looking to be adopted, and they actually get them professionally photographed. So we had these beautiful photographs of these children that were waiting to be adopted.
Yeah. That
we also used in the video.
In the soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very rewarding project. And again, the collaboration, the love of, just to feel, it was so nice to be Juanita and I are both from small town northern Vermont, and just to be welcomed under, Mother Country Music's umbrella. And that's it. And they did, we were embraced by the industry, and that's something that we never took for granted.
Definitely.
And we'll make sure to include both those links to those foundations in the description, so if people want to give to those foundations, they can.
Beautiful. They're great
donations.
Great causes.
Is there anything else you would like to say about Taylor Swift before we end on this topic?
Well, it's been a thrill to watch her trajectory to the to where she's at, and I think in a world where we need positive role models, it's good to see someone like her, with such great business sense, such great morality, and so many young people to look up at as an icon. And again, Juanita and I are so proud to have played a role in that.
And I understand one of the songs that you're releasing was co-written by Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's the song we started at the picnic table there. What's that called, Juanita? Middle of the Light. Taylor's line. And yeah, that might make it on this album. I'm not quite decided yet, but yeah, it might. It was, it's great to have a song written with, someone as talented as she is.